Good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about what are the various models that are used in software development life cycle. There are different models we are using. In the previous class, we discussed about the waterfall model. Now, in today's class, we will discuss about the V model. Right? How do we use V model to develop the software project? The V model is also referred to as verification and validation model. In this case, each phase of SDLC must complete before the next phase starts. It follows a sequential design process, same as the waterfall model. The testing of the device is planned in parallel with the corresponding stage of development. Here, the V model is also called as the verification and validation model. That's why you can call it as V. Verification means we have to verify each and every step, and validation means validation is nothing but assessment, right? In this model, we can verify the things and we can assess the things. That's why we can call it as both verification and validation model. Here in this phase, in this V model, each phase of software development life cycle must complete before the next phase starts. Just like that of waterfall model, here in V model also, we can complete the next phase only after we can start the next phase only after the completion of the previous phase. Okay, so that here also there is no overlapping between the phases. This V model follows the sequential design process. Sequential process, that means it also following the same process like waterfall model sequentially. The testing of the device is planned in parallel with corresponding stage of development. Here, parallelly along with the development, the testing is also planned. Both will planned in parallel with each other, right? So that this is the theme of V model. Yes, this is the diagram of V model. Here it contains different phases like planning, requirements, architecture, design, implementation. After that, okay, these are the steps. Parallelly, for each and every step, we are performing the testing, like unit testing, integration testing, system acceptance testing, like that. At the last, after deployment, you can provide the maintenance, right? This is the model called V model, like this, which done parallelly at the same time, both the developing and testing done at the same time. That's why you can call it as V model. Now let us discuss each and every phase one by one. Already we discussed that V model is referred as verification and validation model. Now let us discuss what do you mean by verification and what do you mean by validation. First, verification. It involves a static analysis method done without executing the code. Right? Verification means here we can analyze the method statically. That means without executing the code, we can analyze the method. It is the process of evaluation of the product development process to find whether the specified requirements meet. Verification is the process of evaluation or the process of assessing, examine about whom, about the product development, right? Whether the particular product meets the requirements or not. That is called as verification, right? Without executing the actual code, it will evaluate the development process and all the requirements meets the customer needs or not. That is called as verification. And next one is validation. It involves dynamic analysis method That means here dynamic analysis means both the functional and non-functional. That means we can analyze only after executing the code. That is called as validation. Right? Validation is the process to classify the software after the completion of the development process to determine whether the software meets the customer requirements or not. In case of verification, before developing the code, without executing the code, the evaluation process is completed and check for the requirements, whether it meet the requirements or not. Whereas the validation is done only after completing of executing the code. Right? It is the process to classify the software, to analyze the software after the completion of development, and we have to determine, we have to assess whether the software can meet the customer requirements or not. That is the difference between verification and validation. Next, there are various phases of verification. Various phases of verification in V-model. Business requirements analysis. That is the first phase. This is the first step where the product requirements understand from the customer side. Right here in this requirement, in this phase, we can collect the requirements. We can gather the requirements from the customer, and in this phase we can clearly understand what are the requirements of the customer in this phase. This phase contains detailed communication to understand customer expectations and exact requirements. In this phase, the detailed communication will happen in order to understand or in order to gather the clear requirements of the customer. That's why we can call it as a business requirements analysis. We have to analyze the requirements. Right? We have to discuss the requirements, whether the customer requirements are possible to implement or not, for clear understanding and clear analysis. Right. Next one is system design. In this stage, the system engineers analyze and interpret the business of the proposed system by studying the user requirements document. In the second phase called system design, where we can design the system. Who will design the system? The system engineers will design the system. In this stage, the system engineers analyze, discuss, and interpret the business of the proposed system by studying the user requirements document. Here, the system engineers are studying the user requirements document very clear. After that, they can analyze and interpret about the business of the proposed system, whether the proposed system is possible to implement or not. They can analyze all these things here in the second phase, that is called as system design phase. Okay, and next one is architecture design. The system design, where this is a system engineers will do the things. Here this is architecture design. That means we can design the structure of the system, right? The entire architecture. The baseline in selecting the architecture is that it should understand all, which typically consist of the list of modules, a brief functionality of each module, their interfaces, relationships, dependencies, database tables, architecture diagrams, technology details, etc. Right. Here in this architecture design phase, the baseline in selecting the architecture, it understand all which typically consist of in this architecture design, which consists of the list of modules about that particular project. Already we know that the to develop a particular project, we can follow the breakdown structure. That means we can break down the project into different modules. Now this architecture design consists of all the list of modules and all the functionalities of each and every module, and what are their interfaces and what are the relationships between one module to another module, what are the dependencies, and what tables that are stored in the databases, that is database tables, and the architecture diagrams, and what are the technologies that are used, all the technology details, etc. All these are consisting in the architecture design. Next, go to the module design. In this module design phase, the system breaks down into the smaller modules. What do you do in the module design? We can, in this the system break down into the small modules. The detailed design of the modules is specified, which is known as low level design, right? And next one is coding phase. After designing, after the completion of design phase, we are entering into the coding phase. The coding phase is started based on the requirements. A suitable programming language is decided. Once entering into the coding phase, depending on the requirements of the customer, yes, we have to select or we have to choose a programming language, right? Which language is best suitable for developing the project depending upon the requirements of the customer. Based on those requirements, we have to choose a programming language. There are some guidelines and standards for coding. To develop coding, we have to follow the guidelines and the standards that are meant for coding. Before checking into the repository, that is nothing but repository, nothing but the database, right? The final build is optimized for better performance, and the code goes through many code reviews to check the performance. Once the code is developed, that code should undergone through reviews. Reviews means meetings where we have to check the performance of the code, how the code is working, right? We have to review that performance of the code here in this coding phase. Next, there are various phases of validation. In validation also there are different types of phases, like unit testing. In the V model, unit testing plans are developed during the module design phase. These unit testing plans are executed to eliminate errors at code level or unit level. Already we discussed that the project is divided into modules, and these modules are further divided into small units. After coding of each and every unit, UTP stands for unit level plans, right? In V model, unit level plans are the plans that are developed during the module design phase. These unit level plans are executed, right? These unit level plans are executed to eliminate the errors at code level or at the unit level. At the time of developing the code or at the completion of a unit, we execute this particular unit plans, which helps to eliminate all the errors at the basic level, unit level only. A unit is the smallest entity which can independently exist, right? What do we call as a unit? For example, every program module, we can call it as a unit, right? Next one is integration testing. Integration test plans are developed during the architectural design phase, right? When will the unit test plans are developed? At the time of module design phase. When will the integration test plans are developed? At the time of architectural design phase. Already we discussed that both the developing and the testing will be done parallelly. That's why we can call it as V model. At the time of developing itself, the planning design also, the test plans also developed. Once the units are completed, the unit test plans will be executed, right? After combining all the units, integrate all the units, the integration test plans are executed, right? Which are done parallelly, both the developing and testing. These tests verify that groups created and tested independently and coexist and communicate among themselves. This is called as integration testing. Next one is system testing. The system testing plans are developed during system design phase. Right, already we discussed. It will both will done parallelly. The system test plans are developed at the time of system design phase. Unlike unit and integration testing plans, the system test plans are composed by the client's business team. The system testing ensures that expectations from an application developed are met. The system test plans are composed by the, who will compose the system test plans? The client business team will compose or will develop the system test plans. What is the purpose of the system test plan? Right, the system test plans will execute and it ensures that the expectations from an application developer are met. Whatever the expectations, whether those expectations are met with this particular application or not, we have to ensure that. That is called as system testing. And next one is acceptance testing. Acceptance testing is related to business requirement analysis part. It includes testing the software product in the user atmosphere. Right. Acceptance testing is related to business requirement analysis part. That is starting. It includes the testing the software product in user atmosphere. Right. Acceptance testing means which will perform testing on the software product or a project or a service in user environment. Acceptance testing reveal the compatibility problems, whether the particular software is perfectly fit in the customer's environment or not, with different systems which is available within the user atmosphere or user environment. That is called as acceptance testing. Right. And next, so these are the different phases in V model. And next we are discussing about the advantages of V model. It is easy to understand. The testing methods like planning, test designing happens well before coding. All the phases like planning phase and test designing phase, which happens before the coding phase. And this saves a lot of time. Hence, higher chance of success over the waterfall model. This V model saves a lot of time because here the development and the testing both will happen parallelly, so that it will save the time. It avoids the downward flow of the defects. Right? It avoids the downward flow of defects and works well for small plants where requirements are easily understand. Requirements are easily understand. These are the advantages of V model. And next one, the disadvantages of V model. This V model is very rigid and least flexible. This is a V model is least flexible. It is not flexible for all the types of projects. Like it is not good for complex project. Right. This V model is not supporting for complex projects. It supports only the small projects. Software is developed during the implementation stage, so no early prototypes of the software are produced. Here the software is developed during the implementation stage parallelly, so the prototypes of this particular software are not produced. If any changes happen in the midway, then the test documents along with the required documents has to be updated. So just like that of a waterfall model, here in this V model also, if any changes in the requirements, it should not supported in the midway, in the middle of the project. Then the test documents along with the requirements document has to be updated, so it becomes difficult. So that's why it should not support the changes in the middle of the process. So these are the disadvantages of V model. Okay, clear. So this is about the V model. The next model will be discussed in the tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you very much.